Come on in. We've been expecting you. We know that you, yes you, have been searching all over the interwebbies trying to find the answer to this question. Are you ready? Because the answer to the question that you want to know is...
The answer? This is what the new Texas Universal Apostle Certificate looks like as of 10/1/23. So this is the new Apostle, which looks much different than the old one. So you'll see what they do now, which they didn't used to do. They actually have a physical stamp they put on it, and the stamp covers 2 pages. So they will always, it's half and half. So it's not an error. A lot of people ask that. So they'll put the seal on half of the page, which is in this case is the power of attorney, and they'll take half of it on the apostle, and then whoever issued it, the person, the employee, the staff member of the Secretary of State, they'll initial it right here. So they'll put their initial right next to the seal. So we'll always look like this. And these are all the same for every country. It says this, it's the same thing. They don't look any different for any country in the world. And this is how they used to look, what a Texas Apostle Certificate looked like before 10/1/23. See, they didn't used to have a seal. There was no initial. There was just like they just printed it off on a cheap little printer. And you can see there's not an actual physical stamp. It's just a printed seal right here. And the staffer never initialed it. And they always put a staple in it. You can see up here, there's a staple right up at the top here. That's how they do it. They do a staple, and the same with the new one. I can't really see it on here, but on that image, and then this, they used to be different. This was what a Texas Authentication Certificate looked like before 10/23. So they used to have 2 different ones. So you have Hague Convention member countries that get an apostle, and non-Hague Convention member countries get an authentication. That is, a lot of states still do that, and the federal government does that. You'll get 2 different documents, one an apostle, one authentication on the federal level. But this Texas changed this. They went like California, and they only have one document now. So one document is called a universal, so it's both. But you can see it looks different than the apostle. Again, it has a seal on it and stuff, but that's how it used to look, like that, compared to that. So they were different. A USA Apostle Certificate or USA Authentication Certificate will be issued by one of the 50 U.S. states or by the U.S. Department of State, and will be an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that is attached to your document either by staple, Texas Secretary of State, or a grommet, U.S. Department of State. Meaning, at the Secretary of State level in Texas, they will always use one staple and staple an apostille certificate to your document. If it's a notarized document, they will only put the apostle certificate or the universal apostle certificate on the page that is notarized. So if you have a 100-page document, wherever the notary is at, that is the page they staple to it. Always. It's always on the notarized page. For non-recordable documents, recordable documents like a birth certificate, of course, it's one page, or marriage license or marriage certificate, they'll try to find where the deputy or the district or county clerk put their seal and signature, and that's where they'll put that on there. And then the federal level, they put a grommet. So they have, if you know what a grommet is, you can Google it. It's not a staple. It's more fancy. It's called a grommet. Some states, like Texas, as of 10/1/23, will place a stamp seal on it. Half the stamp will be purposely put on the apostle certificate and the other half on your document. And the initials of the government employee who apostolated it are also placed next to the stamp seal. And other states don't use stamp seals like Texas didn't before October 1st, 2023. Your apostle certificate or authentication certificate is printed on regular printer paper on the letterhead of the state Secretary of State office that issued it. You can go to apostletexas.org, Department of State Apostle, to see examples of what the U.S. Department of State Federal Apostle and Federal Authentication certificates look like. Thank you.
Hi again. We have a small favor to ask. If this video helped or entertained you in any way, we would be forever grateful if you could give us one of these and leave us a comment below. Also, feel free to call or email us with any questions or help you may need. Thanks and take care.